And she's like, I need you to look up. And as I like look up, everything completely black. Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and holy cow, how great does it feel to be back. If you're just stumbling upon my channel, then you probably don't know, but I used to have an old channel called Hey X Adam, and I stopped posting on that probably like 6 months ago. I tried reviving it again here in the early summer, but obviously you can see that it did not turn out well. So that's why I started a new channel, start fresh, start new things, start new content, start better content. And see, this is basically why I stopped doing YouTube in the beginning, is because the introduction of my YouTube videos are always so hard to do. I'm always so cringe, but I decided to give you guys a story time. I've had a lot of awful experiences in my life. I've had a lot of funny experiences in my life, and you know, I just feel like you guys would love to hear these stories. So let's just jump into all of the stories with giving you the time I thought I was going to leave the earth and die. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. No, seriously, everyone, if you could please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications. It helps out so much. Also, please do not skip any part of the video because I really need that watch time to go up. Also, the video is pretty entertaining, so you just don't want to skip any part because it's just really good. So you guys obviously have already clicked on the video, so you know that the reason of my death, or almost reasoning of my death, was because I donated plasma. When this story happened, I was a senior in high school. I think this was like during the winter, early January of this year, January 2019. And I just got a brand new, okay, it's not a brand new car. I got a used car, but I had to take out a car loan for it because I don't have any money. So I had to figure out a way to pay for all my car payments. I've had a job before this. I've been working my job, still at my job for the past 3 years, but this was just something easy money. You know, it's like, why not go for it? One of my friends, Taylor, was doing it, and I was like, okay, we're gonna donate plasma, super cool, super fine. Before this happened, I donated plasma twice before this with my friend Taylor, and this was my first time going up alone. I just got my car, so it was my first time taking my car on the highway. I was already stressed because of work that day. I was on like no sleep whatsoever. So I was already kind of like backing out of donating plasma for the day. It was gonna be my second donation of the week, so that means that it was $50 instead of $20, and I was like, it's free $50, Adam, just go. It'll be fine. So I guess I'm just gonna start the story here. I probably already said some of the story before because I'm awful at story times, but we're just gonna get right into this. So it was sometime in January, and as I said before, I just got a new car. Once again, not a new car, an old car. So I just got done with school and I had my plasma appointment set for 4 o'clock. So that just gives me enough time to go right after school, get into my car, go, get it done, come home, back, fine, bam, easy, not stressful at all. But for some reason that day I had to finish up a test at my high school, so I had to stay at like 10 minutes extra, so it was 3 times. So I was heading out, literally on my way to go down the highway. Haven't started driving yet, so I don't know why I said that. I was in the parking lot. And I got a message from my mom saying that I had to let out the dogs, and it was not my day to let out the dogs, so I was not going to let them out. I said, Mom, no, I have an appointment for 4 o'clock. I need to go right now. My mom said, absolutely not, you're going home and you're going to let out the dogs. But I was not going to push her buttons, so I went home, quickly let the dogs out, quickly fed them, made it back onto the highway, or was heading out to the highway. Let's go, let's do this. I didn't really eat anything before either. Like, I had 1 bottle of water, but usually you're supposed to eat a lot of protein before you go on these trips. So I was gonna stop at Culver's and I didn't. I was like, no, I'm already late. I'm just gonna go on the highway. I gotta go. So I get on the highway, and as I said earlier, I got this new car, never been drove on the highway before. Once again, this is not a new car, and it has been driven on the highway before, but for me, it was my first time driving it on the highway. And all of a sudden, it starts making this clink, clunk type sound. It was awful. I was scared. It was going like, it was just not what a normal car should sound like. So I'm going 35 miles an hour down the highway. People are going right behind me. They're freaking out. Someone honked their horn at me. It was awful. I was going 35 on this highway that was going 65. I couldn't turn around. There was no way to turn around. There was no near exit. So I kept on going and my car would like rattle. So anytime it would rattle, the wheel would jerk to the right. My whole car would like shift and I'd have to like get it back on. It was awful. It was terrible. My stress level was extremely high. Everything was already not going good for me. So I get there, my appointment was at 4. I get there at 4:10. I run in hoping that it would still work. So I do my fingerprint and it says that I'm sorry, there's no appointment for you. So I look back onto the BioLife Plasma app. For those of you who don't donate plasma or go with BioLife, that's how you schedule your appointments, is through this app. And there's not an available spot until 5. And I'm already here at 4:10. I didn't want to drive back. I was like, well, shoot, let's just wait it out. Just book the appointment. So I booked the appointment for 5. I go back and I sit in my car, watch a whole bunch of YouTube up until 5. So I take my headphones that I just bought at Walgreens during my lunch at high school so I could have them for plasma, because I need my headphones when I donate plasma, otherwise I can't concentrate. It's just awful when I don't have headphones to do plasma. So I take my headphones, go in, do the fingerprint, everything's good. I get into the back of the line. But once you get into the line, you go up to this like huge counter thing and they do like a whole bunch of like blood tests. They make sure that your protein's high enough. So I'm sitting down and like the girl can tell that I'm nervous. She's like, are you nervous? I'm like, yes, this is my first time like doing this by myself. Just was not a good day today. My car was just like clunking. And she's kind of just like doing her thing. She's like, well, I think you'll be fine. I'm like, oh, okay, great. Now I'm gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Thank you for letting me know. But everything finished with the test. Everything was good to go and I got sent into the room. And how the BioLife rooms get organized is you get a golf ball, which is the color, or they pull out a golf ball and they give you the representing card color. So I got yellow, maybe. There's like different pods throughout. So I go into the yellow. I had to walk across a couple different pods and there's 2 beds open. So there's 3 on one side and 3 on the other. And the beds on the outs were both taken. So I decided to sit on the far side between this woman who was reading a book and the 45-year-old guy who was taking a nap. The people on the other 2 were somewhat attractive people, so I was just like, I'm not gonna sit in between them. I'll just sit on this one. So I sit down, get ready to start donating plasma, pull my new headphones, and realized that I don't have one of those little jacks that you need to put on your headphones to your iPhone. So I am screwed at this point because I have no way to listen to music, no way to calm me down. This is just a awful situation. The nurse comes in, attaches me on to the system, stabbed super easily. Everything was pretty smooth at that point, and we kept going. And I'm so stressed. I'm nervous. Everyone in the room can tell that I'm nervous. I'm sitting in the chair like this. In a ball, just trying to like rub my legs together to like calm me down. And all of a sudden, my entire body, well, it wasn't my entire body, but my arm started to ting. Like it just was like a stinging sensation, and I was only probably halfway through. So I kind of sit there, I'm just like, oh, I think this happened last time at the end of it. Maybe just, it's because I'm stressed, just ignore it. You have to pump this thing, and I'm noticing I can't move my arm. Like that's how much like it's stinging, like it's not working. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, my entire body just starts stinging, like kind of like there's dots everywhere and there's a bee just repeatedly stinging it, my entire body. And once again, I didn't want to cause a scene. I didn't want anything to happen because there was the 2 people attractive in front of me, and these 2 people were just kind of sitting there minding my own business. I'm like, well, people probably are just feeling it. It's my 3rd time, just keep going. And it hurt so bad. And all of a sudden, it's not like stars. When you're dizzy, you kind of see like those like little flashy things. Like it's like literally sparks. All of a sudden I'm looking up and there's sparks. Like there's flashing like little sparks. I'm like, holy crap, this isn't good. I'm like, I need help at this point. But I did not want to cause a scene in the situation. So I just started whispering to myself in this room, I need help. I need help. Hoping someone would hear me so I'm not making a scene. The lady next to me kind of like gives me this, like she goes, and just like keeps on reading her book. And so I look at her and I go, I need help, as I'm like still pumping. I need help. And she goes, you need help? And I said, I need help. So luckily the lady next to me is like, hey, can we get some help over here? And then my machine starts going off. It was like flashing red, like you could like, sound was going off on it, but it was flashing red. And I just looked forward and literally everything was just spinning. Like I could not feel my entire body. This nurse like ran in with a cart. She's like, I need help, people over here immediately. I'm like, oh my God, I'm literally dying. Like I'm dead, like I'm going to die. So this lady comes over here, she like starts typing things on the machine and she's like, I need you to look up. And as I like look up, everything completely black. I'm thinking that I'm dead. Completely blacked out. And all of a sudden I just like woke up. I'm still dizzy. I still see the sparks. This lady like comes up to me and she's like, are you cold? As I'm literally thinking that I'm dying, I'm like, no, I'm actually extremely hot. Like, stumbling on my words. And then she's like, here, let me do something for you. So she goes onto this machine. This one nurse is like panicking. It must have been like her first time dealing with this whole situation. The two attractive people in front of me are looking at me like I'm some crazy psycho. And this one lady just goes, boop, 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 enter. The machine goes, whoosh. She asks me how I am and I go, I'm fine. Literally out of nowhere, literally nothing happened. Like it felt like I was completely fine. She literally like typing buttons, pressed a button, fluids came out of the machine, asked how I was good. But ever since then, I have not donated any plasma, obviously, because of that awful experience, but for real, I thought I was gonna die. After that, the lady kind of just brought me into a room, unconnected me, sat me down, she gave me some Gatorade and animal crackers, and she was just like, oh, sorry that happened. It just sometimes happens when you're stressed. Clearly. And she said, because you handled it so well, we're gonna give you the $50 anyway, even though you only did 90% of the donation, we're still gonna give you the full. Well, thank you, because I thought I was gonna die. And then she goes, okay, so when are we gonna schedule your next appointment? And I obviously was like, oh, I'll just kind of do it on my own. So I grabbed my things that I had, head out the door, start crying. I'm like, oh my God, I thought I just died. Called my dad, told him I was freaked out. He's just like, okay, make sure you drive home safe, it's fine. Blah, 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 blah. Didn't really care. And yeah, that was the story of when I thought I was going to die because I donated plasma. If you guys are still watching this video right now, please make sure you guys like, comment, tell me if you think that the story was pretty dramatic, because I think it was pretty dramatic. I post new videos all the time, but I'm super, super, super excited to be back on the YouTube grind. Make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram, because I always do Instagram lives on there and fun little giveaways. I guess there's nothing else to say except for I will see you guys next time. Good damn bye.